Return of the King with his...
Two Towers is the second one.
Two Towers, second one.
First one is Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship
Third
of the
one
Ring.
is called
Return of the King.
And then the fourth one is called...
There's a fourth one?
No, I'm writing it right now. Called Lord of the Rings. Too many damn rings.
What was it, Mary?
Head to the fiery hole.
Oh. Jesus. Oh, that's a good term. Anywho, the second one is going to be on the big screen. Well, the orchestra performs the score live at Blossom. They're doing July 28th, 29th, and 30th. Tickets for the entire 2023 Blossom Music Festival are on sale at clevelandorchestra.com. You got a 4-pack of tickets for this, the orchestra and Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers at Blossom. Good luck. Caller 10, these are yours, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
You'd flee a wildfire.
Evacuate.
You'd prepare for a hurricane. But there's no escaping this disaster.
It's one of the worst disasters that I've seen in my career.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Remember when we went to go see them score Batman? That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cleveland Orchestra.
I actually did see them.
Very impressive.
Do that at, they did it at Severance Hall a few years ago.
That's where this is from. It was recorded live.
Fantastic. Some of those are my farts.
Huh?
Some of those are my farts.
And they happened there live during the whole procession, whatever. Hey, I'll have another $1,000 for you, another keyword in a few minutes, about 6 or 7, to get you $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie. And then 5:40, before I go into the next break, I'll have this afternoon's Buzzard bike key for you. This is the last week for you to grab one of those. We have a custom Harley, courtesy of MMS and Budweiser, that we're going to give away very, very soon. We'll tell you when and where and all that. I'll be your host for that. Also, for everybody who's been asking me, is the Alan Cox Show cruise coming back? I'm happy to say it is.
Hey!
And I will have full details for you, I think, next week.
Nice.
Tell you what it's called, where it's going to be, when it's going to be, how you can get tickets. You'll be able to win them here, but we'll also be out doing some ticket stops. So all of that information is coming for you very, very soon. So a lot of people, as it's summertime, been asking me about the cruise, and it will make its triumphant return this summer on the river and on the lake.
It's a river lake cruise.
It's a river lake.
You get 2 bodies of water.
That's
it's not just a
right.
river cruise. It's not just a lake cruise. It's double.
That's right. I'm going to see an advanced screening of Mission Impossible tonight.
Oh, nice.
Dead Reckoning Part 1.
That'll be fun.
They split this very last one. I think it's Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah. I heard it's good.
They split it in 2. It's supposed to be amazing. I'm a sucker for all those Mission Impossible movies.
They're
so
fun.
then wait, is that one movie or is it 2 movies if it's split
You
in
should
2?
ask Cody about
Cody?
that. Yeah, he's taking a winner, but I have a feeling.
No, he's not. He's done.
Oh, he's done?
It's one movie.
It's one movie.
Okay.
So this is one movie. Bill's 2-part podcast episode.
2 movies.
All of the Harry Potters were all one big Harry Potter life. So
But they're different movies.
they're to be continued. But you
I
could
see.
you
But
can't
it's
watch
one-
one without the other.
Well, it's
Yeah,
one.
you can.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
can.
boring.
It's one. You don't know who anybody is, what's going on. It's
I watched a bunch of them, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't care.
it's one long story, but it's like chapters in a book.
Yeah. So that are all the Fast and Furious movies one movie?
They're segments. They're segments of the story. So
But-
you got to watch them all together.
No, you don't. You definitely don't have to watch those.
No, those are all kind of
Oh,
self-contained. I mean, the characters.
Nah,
stay
I
the
mean
same.
they have a bunch of people that die and come back all the time, but
Die and come back.
Die.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they do.
but everybody dies and come back. So.
Those Fast and Furious movies really started out as like an interesting thing about guys racing cars.
And they
over
were
the
just
co-
fun. It was just kind of a
Yes.
fun,
And family.
yeah,
and family.
And then
and
it got into they became superheroes.
now they're in space.
What?
And yes,
That was
it's
the last
gotten
I
ridiculous.
haven't watched it.
I don't remember. The last one I saw is I think the first one, whichever one had Helen Mirren in it, and Charlize was the bad guy.
I haven't watched
I
it
think
since
that
Paul
was
Walker
6 or
died.
7.
He died after like 3 of them, didn't he?
No, he
No,
died. Like, he was like
5.
He's up to like 5 or 6.
Oh, he was really?
Because they
Yeah.
used his brother as a stunt double or
To finish it.
I
Yeah.
thought he died really early in the run of those movies.
No,
No.
because Charlie
Oh,
Puth
okay.
came out with "See You Again," and I was playing that on WZIP at the time, so that's how I remember.
And that was from when he
that
died
was the soundtrack.
from the soundtrack. Okay.
Very heartfelt.
Well, sure. I was reading about The Flash. I still haven't seen The Flash. The Flash is going to be the biggest superhero movie bomb of all time.
So
I
far.
thought that was
Who
Green
starred
Lantern.
in that one?
Ezra Miller. I think first of all that was just I never liked that casting.
Isn't he like a raper or something?
He's allegedly he's just
Raper.
yeah, he's Raider.
She said raper.
He's just a weird dude in real life, so all that baggage comes with him. I never thought The Flash was like a top tier super whatever. I wanted to go see it because Michael Keaton's playing Batman.
I
think
it. I thought
Affleck's
it was
playing. I
fun.
think everybody's doing it. Everything.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in
But
it.
I don't know. DC just cannot get anything going.
Well, that's why they're bringing in James Gunn to kind of reboot everything and see if they can actually get a cohesive story and build a universe that people actually care about. Because people love these characters. The DC movies just didn't do a good job of building the universe like Marvel did until recently, when now Marvel's
Yeah.
a mess.
Yeah, the bulk of the superhero movie flops are DC movies. The top 10 biggest superhero box office flops, and The Flash is at the very top. Those Shazam movies lost a lot of money too.
I met him.
You did, yes, out in L.A. You were worried he was an anti-vaxxer.
Was I?
Well, you said something. You overheard him say something. You were like, "What?" And then he got
No, it was-
Didn't he get pinched on Twitter or something?
It was
Yeah.
his. I didn't know who he was, and then I looked up his Instagram, and he has a bunch of.
Oh, okay.
Like
Zachary
very-
Levi is the guy.
Very like Jesus-y, very like holistic type of stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if he's an anti-vaxxer.
I
or
like
not,
him and
but-
stuff. Jesus-y usually comes with anti-vax.
Right.
The Flash will end up losing about $200 million, though. Because these movies are so expensive to make, and then they have to make twice the budget to break even. Like Indiana Jones is probably going to lose a lot of money. But he doesn't care because he got paid, and it's the last one. I haven't even seen that yet. But Black Adam, that was a massive flop with The Rock.
Yep.
And Fantastic Four was, I don't know which one. Dark Phoenix, I forgot that movie even existed.
I think it was the Fantastic Four that had the Whiplash guy in it.
Oh, Miles Teller.
Yeah.
And Jessica Alba, or she was in the
No,
other
she was
one?
in the other ones.
Who was Miles Teller, and so who was Sue
Kate
Storm?
Mara?
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And Michael B. Jordan was the Torch.
I thought the Green Lantern, you forget how long ago Green Lantern
It
was?
was like over 10 years ago.
In that at the time, it was a huge bomb,
Mm-hmm.
but it only lost $75 million. And you go, today, that's kind of quaint.
Good job.
Yeah, it's number 10 on the list of top 10. It's at the very bottom. But 2 Ryan Reynolds movies in here. R.I.P.D. is the other one, which is a terrible, terrible comic book adaptation with Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds.
But Jeff Bridges is a good actor.
I think he's great. He is a good actor, yes. And but great actors can be in bad movies.
No.
And you don't know that until it's over. That's what would suck. People would be like, "Oh, that movie stinks." Like, bro, I did my thing, and however they cut it, or if the story was, I don't know. But I still want to see The Flash. Like the Wonder Woman sequel lost a ton of money. I think that was during
Well, 'cause
COVID
that was
too.
COVID, yeah.
They were streaming it on
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. I didn't realize that was such a flop.
Well, again, that was still during COVID.
Was it?
But the one that James Gunn, Suicide Squad, was pretty fun. I liked that movie.
The second one.
I thought that was a good time.
So The Flash makes the worst kind of history.
Just go back in time, Flash, and fix it.
Yeah, you're fast.
Yeah, you run back in time.
You go back and make that money.
Mhm.
Yeah. Second week it was out, it dropped 72.5%. Oh, God. Because they make predictions as to what we're expecting a $30 million weekend or whatever off these movies because they're starting to see superhero fatigue from people. And if the story stinks or it's too convoluted, doesn't matter who you've got in it. Still got to have a good story.
But just movies in general, people aren't going like they used to.
Right.
Like it's just it's.
They're going to go to this Mission Impossible, though.
Some are, but
yeah.
but I think they should still temper their expectations. I don't think it's. I mean, it's going to make money, but it's not going to be like the past ones.
Yeah.
People just aren't going to the movies like they used to.
But those Christopher Nolan Batman movies were great.
Those were great.
But they weren't like the DC universe so much.
No, that was
right?
like
standalone kind of things.
Stuff. Yeah. I'm excited for Oppenheimer next week. We can go see that.
Have you seen all the Oppenheimer Barbie double features that people are going to see?
What is that?
Buying tickets for both.
Oppenheimer?
What is it about?
It's about the development. Do you know who Oppenheimer is?
I'm Googling it right now.
No. Do you know? Does Poundcake know? Do you know Poundcake?
No.
Do you know who Robert Oppenheimer was? Robert.
Oppenheimer.
Do you know who Robert Oppenheimer is? Have you seen any trailers for the movie?
No.
You know what the Manhattan Project is?
See, that I knew. I didn't know they were connected.
Okay. Oppenheimer, did he make some type of elevators or something?
Yes.
He absolutely did. Now, let's follow that.
Give me the
Tell me more about that. I want to know about Robert Oppenheimer, the inventor of the elevator.
I thought it was just a specific brand of elevators.
Are you talking about Otis?
Oh, okay, Otis.
Yeah. Robert Oppenheimer was the father of the atomic bomb. And so this movie's going to be an IMAX. And people who've seen advanced screenings are like, this is a horror movie, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You will pucker the entire time.
It's not exactly easy to think about. Although I found myself going down. So my one brother, my MAGA brother, is a conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's nuts.
I'm afraid that he has discovered Owen Benjamin's Twitter. And
just now?
Well, I thought that he stayed away from it for a while, but there was some talk about atomic bombs not being real. And then I looked into it, and Owen Benjamin went on, like last week or something, went on this big tirade about how it wasn't real or how like it wasn't as bad as everyone staged. I don't know. One of his tweets got like 15
million views. So he's just
views.
completely given up on trying to be funny.
Well,
Be a
no, he
comedian.
hasn't been a comic for years.
Oh, okay.
He went on this big tirade about how they have footage from the atomic bomb blasts, but the cameras weren't destroyed. So, like,
because he doesn't understand what a telescopic lens is.
Well, it was this whole thing. So that is my last experience with the atomic bomb conversation.
Isn't real because the cameras can't get up there. To look at that moon.
I saw the moon
stars.
on the ground in Las Vegas last week. Explain that, Owen Benjamin.
It's just pretty crazy.
Give me some money here. It's $1,000. I hope it goes right into your pocket, courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
Hey, Alan Cox, Mr. Grizzle here. Hey, anytime Cody gets into like a story and he starts getting really into it and he's doing other characters and, you know, sometimes they're women, sometimes they're not, but anytime he does this other character, he does like this little falsetto kind of, first he said this and then he came over, how dare you say this to me? How could you? Oh, I was screwing your friend, or whatever he said. Anytime he does a voice like that, I always picture his hand up and doing like the Kermit the Frog kind of mouthing with his hand. And if there's two characters, like one hand is one and the other is the other, so he's got one hand clapping while that one's talking, and then he switches over to the other hand and that one's clapping while he's talking. I'm actually doing it while I'm in the car right now. I got both my hands up. Anyway, does anyone else picture that while Cody's doing these high voices? Okay, bye.
Like Mr. Bill.
Yeah, it's called Theater of the Mind. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Theater.
Doing a little world building there.
There you
realize
go. The Poundcake cinematic universe.
Yeah.
I don't realize I'm changing voices when I'm.
Well, you have to delineate characters, right?
Like people.
PCCU.
When I pick up the phone here, people are like, yeah, I'm trying to reach Alan Cox Show. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, this is Poundcake. You sound different on the phone. I'm like, do I really? I don't change my voice.
Well, everybody sounds different on the phone.
I guess maybe I was like maybe it's a poor
Let's
connection.
all
or, like-
call on. We'll call in, and we'll see how different we sound.
Let's guess who's who.
Yeah.
Let's guess who's who. All right, I'll dial, and then you guys guess if it's me or not. How about that? No, he should be doing different voices.
Oh, you just made a mess.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, his British voice. I mean, that's very.
Oh, you just made a mess.
He has studied with some of the finest voice coaches in the world.
When we had Frank Caliendo call in a couple weeks ago, it would have been nice to have him and Poundcake kind of go back and forth to masters.
Oh, a little voice off.
Yeah.
Oh, you just made a mess.
Or had Frank Caliendo guess who he was being.
Uh-huh.
You think Frank would have gotten that
Probably
was
would've.
Julia Child?
Probably.
Ow! That was Tina Turner.
There you go.
Bop, bop, baloo, bop, blop, bamboo.
That's his little Richard.
Mm-hmm. Man, shut your ass up.
That's his Angela Bassett.
Or Eddie Murphy. Take your pick.
Eddie Murphy.
Sucking it dry.
That's him. That one's him.
Monica Lewinsky.
Herbie fully loaded.
Yeah.
Well, no one wants to touch my vagina.
Lady Gaga.
Oh, I thought that was Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh.
Woo! I don't know that one. What, bitch? Every black woman known to man.
Oh.
You don't know what you don't know until you know it.
Known to man. My daughter has started to do that when I tell her something she doesn't want to hear. She'll walk over and start to manipulate my mouth. She'll go, "No, Nora, that's a great idea." She'll go, "Hey, can I do that?" I go, "Nope, not right now." She'll go over, "No, you should. That's a great idea." Like,
That's
all
what
right.
Mary should start doing when you guys are arguing about something like rum.
Walk over and move my mouth.
Use his
Yeah.
lips.
Mary, you're so right.
I knew that was what it was.
That's right.
I had a moment like you, Alan, where you said the New Zealand accent kills it for you. I think I'm really falling off of the British accent. There was a guy that I thought was like God's gift to gay men. And
God will give no gifts to gay
I
men.
never heard him speak.
The gift of eternal damnation.
Yeah, that's the only gift
Okay,
you
fair
get.
enough.
And you'll like it or lump it.
He was an actor, and I guess I'd never really seen his work. I just saw him on like social media and stuff. I'd never heard him speak. And his voice is so high pitched. I was like, oh no, he got the David Beckham. He got the super ripped bod, the huge D.
Hello,
And
I'm David Beckham.
And then
Hello.
He speaks like he wants a spot of tea. I was like, oh God. It ruins the fantasy for me.
Well, did you? Not everybody's got a super deep voice. I mean,
But the way he looks, his name is Aaron Taylor Andrews or something like that.
okay.
Too many names.
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh,
yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
He's in
he's-
Godzilla, and he's playing Kraven the Hunter coming up. And
his voice just doesn't match, and it just made me mad. I was like, this ruins the fantasy for me. I
I
expected
don't think he's got a high voice, does he?
Yeah. He was
no,
on,
not
My
like
Rose.
David Beckham. His wife is like considerably older than him. They've been married a long time. She's like almost 60, and I think he's 35 or something. They got a couple of kids. I don't. Well, let me see if I can find him talking.
Was he just on Instagram talking about sobriety?
I don't know.
Might have been.
He looks like a
I don't know
guy
if I would've
today that I went.
Seen that. I don't know if that would be my algorithm.
I was like, I think
You're not
it's in my
following
algorithm.
sobriety accounts or Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Let me see.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Well, where is him talking?
I don't know. I saw it on like Reels or something.
Oh, hold on. Let
I
me see
think
if
it was him. Let me find if I definitely didn't see.
Because for a minute they were going to. Okay, let me show you a picture here, Poundcake. His voice screws that up for you.
Yeah, unfortunately. And he has a
Okay.
huge D too, because it leaked. And I saw it. Well,
It
it's
leaked.
What was
it's
it
in a-
leaking?
it's
What
in a
was it?
movie. No.
that
it was,
kills it for me. Oh,
It was in a
leaking.
nude
His
scene.
wife better.
He did like a shower scene and he was nude. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen one that big flaccid. And so that was he was already on my radar because of that. And then so, once you click on one, all his information pops up on like your algorithm. So I'm getting more and more videos of him. And I was like, oh, that's how he talks like in his normal everyday. Like he's not acting because I know he was British, but I was like, ugh.
Well, let's play some here.
To me that I was able to looked like the character, and he had white hair. And I wanted to sound Eastern European because that's where Sokovia was set. It was set somewhere in Eastern Europe. And Joss immediately said, absolutely.
Who was he? Was he Quicksilver in one of the
Yeah,
movies?
it's Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
I want you to do what you do, and that's great, and that's why I come to you. But
That does not sound like a high pitch. Certainly not to the
That wasn't-
degree
but
that it would throw you off.
It wasn't the video that I saw. That is a little better. Still,
That is his voice.
still did not match, but it wasn't the video that I saw. So
He's also in Kick-Ass. He's in a ton of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Okay, let me take a break here. Let me
Was he
give you
in, Bullet Train. He was in that.
Yes.
That was a good movie. It was
Yep.
fun.
Brad Pitt and everybody else.
Yeah.
Let me give you this Buzzard bike key. This is the last week for you to grab one of these before we're going to give this thing away very, very soon. I'll give you details on that. But it's a custom Harley, brand new for you, wrapped for the Buzzard.